everybody. So I got a bunch of new stuff in and I want to play with it. So I decided, I saw this look on Pinterest. Here it is. Sorry, the light is blocky. There we go. On Pinterest, and I just got some new products that are perfect for those colors. So I thought, why not play and make that look. So I have eye primer on. That's the only thing that I have on that is not a SeneGence product. So, ooh, throwing brushes. I am going to start by applying silk all over my face. And this is our Pore Minimizer and Wrinkle Minimizer Primer. So I just pat that all over. Alright, and I will put on my foundation. I just got a new bottle, finally, of my tan MakeSense. So I'm just going to pump a little bit on the back of my hand. Do you guys hear my cat? She's very vocal. Alright, and take my foundation brush and just pat a little bit on it. And then I just use this brush in down strokes. A little bit all over. I just do a light layer first. Because I'm still going to add some concealer and things like that before I'm completely done. Just a little bit more for my forehead. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with some concealer. I have a few different ones. So the first one that I'm going to use is I'm going to take this green concealer just to cover up a little bit of redness. Just a little bit on my finger. And I just have a little bit right here and here that's bothering me. So that's where I'm just going to put it. Just right there. And use my beauty blender just to dab that in. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of the tan and do a light layer around the rest of my face again, and that will cover up the green concealer. And give you extra coverage if you feel like you need it. And then I bring it down my neck, because no matter how hard I try, my neck never gets the same color as my face after I sit outside. Alright, so then I'm going to take the natural colored concealer right there and just put a little bit on my fingertip again. And just pat this underneath my eye to cover up any dark spots, dark circles, and use the beauty blender just to blend that out. All right. So in this picture, she has a pretty deep contour. So I'm probably going to have to do a few layers of the bronze to get that color. So the bronze BlushSense is what I use to contour with these products. So with my finger, I'm just going to put this in the places that I want to contour. So my cheekbones, the side of my nose, I do underneath right here. That makes your lip look a little bit bigger. My forehead. And then just a little bit underneath here to start. So I am going to take my stippling brush and use that to blend this all out. Just round little motions to blend it all out. Alright. I'm going to take a larger blending brush and just blend that out a little bit better. And then I'm going to take just a tiny bit more of the bronze just on my cheekbone so it's a little bit darker there. And this time I'm going to use this angled brush just to get a nice straight deepened line so it's a little bit more defined on my cheeks this time. So there is my contour with the bronze BlushSense. For actual blush, I'm going to use the Terracotta, which is a really pretty kind of peachy pink. You need just the tiniest bit of the blush, so I'm just going to put that right on the apples of my cheek. That's literally all you need, is that much. I'm going to take that stippling brush again and blend out the blush all over my cheeks. It's a really pretty kind of natural looking blush color. And to highlight, I'm going to use my favorite, I'm going to use the Pearlizer. So just a little bit on the top of my cheekbone, my nose, Cupid's bow, a little bit on my forehead. Bring it back down my nose a little. And same thing, stippling brush to blend it out. If you want to make it more highlighted, you could do a second layer. But I want to see what these eyes are going to look like before I add on. Okay, so eyes. I am going to start with Garnet. And I am going to take my pencil brush right here. Let me just clean it. I make a mess all over the table when I'm filming for you guys. going to take the garnet here and just put a little bit on the brush. Alright, and I am going to go at the very top crease of my eye, even just above the crease even, and just make a line. And then slowly start to blend that out. And I will take a larger blending brush right here and just blend that out even more. Alright, now that it's kind of in place, I want to use a fluffier brush to really clean that up. So just this big one, and just really go in and blend it even more. Just like that. Then I'm going to take the pencil brush again and go back in with Onyx, which is black, and the tiniest bit, this one goes a long way. Just on the outer part of this crease. I don't want it to go too far, I just want it right here. I'm just going to add a little bit more just to darken it up, but again, tiny with the Onyx. The Onyx can get very dark very quickly. And then I'm going to go back in with that really fluffy brush and just blend that Onyx into the garnet a little bit more. And just like that. So that's all I really want to do to the top. I can go back in and blend it a little bit more if I feel like I need to. I want to see where we're going here first. So let me clean off the pencil brush again. And go back in with the garnet for the other eye. And again, just above that crease a little bit. I tend to start out very light with my ShadowSense. A little bit goes a long way, and it tends to get kind of messy if you don't just use a little bit. There we go. Just slowly start to blend it out. I like to try to blend it out as it's turning into its powder. It's a cream to powder formula. I feel like it gets a little bit less messy that way. So go in with this fluffy brush. It's a little bit more dense than the other one I was using, the darker one. And blend that out. So there's the garnet. I'm going to go back in with a tiny bit of Onyx with that pencil brush. Just on the outer part of the crease. Or I didn't get that much on the brush. Tiny, tiny though. There we go. If you wanted, you could bring this all the way over. In this picture, it is all the way over, but I like to keep it just out here because it makes your eyes look a little bit bigger. And just use that fluffy brush to blend it into the garnet. So there is the top part of my lids. I'm going to do my brows so that way I can highlight and get into the rest of that. So I'm going to start just taking an angled brush, just like that. And I use Garnet to fill in my eyebrows. So take Garnet, the angled brush, and I just take a decent amount on there. You can also use Moca Java to fill in your brows. Some people like to use Onyx. I think Onyx is a little bit too dark in my opinion for brows. And other people use the smoked topaz. I guess it looks different on everybody. On me, it's like an olive green, so I don't know how I would feel about filling in my eyebrows with that. But everybody has their own preference on eyebrows. I just like to darken up the current shape of my brows. I went a little heavy right there. So I just filled them in, then I take the little spoolie and just brush it through so they look a little bit more natural. And that's really all I do for brows. I'm not like a huge brow person. I know that that makes people cringe. Hi! I'm so excited you're watching. Alright, again, just a little bit on that brush. And fill in the other brow. This eyebrow's a little bit thinner than my other one. But, oh well. I got a little bit right there, but I can clean that up very easily. So I do try to thicken this one up just a little bit because the other one's a little bit thicker. But this is Garnet, Sierra. So that's that. Let me just clean up this little thing. I can just take my nail and kind of blend that out a little bit. Go back in with my little brush like this and kind of get rid of that color. There we go. So I'm just going to use the spoolie again just to blend that a little. Alright, so brows are done. Mine are never really even. They're sisters, they're not twins. Oh well. Alright, so now I'm going to take my Sandstone Pearl Shimmer, if I brought it out. I may have not. We might be using Moca Java Shimmer. I guess we are. We're going to use Moca Java Shimmer. And I'm just going to take that blending brush that I was using. I know I haven't tried Onyx yet. I'm scared it's going to be too dark on my eyebrows. I don't know. I'll have to try it. I saw other people also use smoked topaz. I don't know how I feel about that either. I'm just going to pat this underneath the brow just to highlight a little bit. I just put a little like this. Alright. So now that that is done, we are going to go in with the blue. I don't know how blue this is actually going to be on me. This is Granite. I haven't even opened it yet, but she has a nice bright blue there. So we're going to try that and see how it goes. I'll have to try it next time. Alright, so I'm going to take my pencil brush. Let me just clean off the Onyx from it. And we are going to use Granite, which I saw some pictures. It looked pretty blue. It looks a little bit more icy gray here, but we'll see. So we're going to do a nice thick under eye with this, with the pencil brush. I feel like denim would have been a much better option for this blue. I'll have to try it again when that gets re-released. So I'm just drawing this on like eyeliner, but I'm bringing it down my lid so that it's nice and thick, kind of underneath, where almost where like my bags would start, I guess. Bye, thank you for watching. Alright, so there's that. We can decide if we want that to be a little bit thicker. Let me try the other eye and see how it looks together. So just dab that on. I really like this color. I don't usually use blues. I'm more of like a purple or browns or black. But this is really pretty. If Cheryl is watching, this is the color that you ordered. It's gorgeous. It's going to be awesome all over your lids with some eyeliner. I'm just making this as bright as I can. I'm also kind of putting it up a little bit, almost like a wing from the bottom, just gently. Just like that, just to give a little bit more dimension to the eyes and a little bit of lift. So that's the blue. So what we have left on the eyes, she has a little bit of eyeliner. She has some white, but I don't know if that's just the picture or what that is. So I am going to take this brush here and go back in with the Onyx. just like the tiniest bit, and go into my waterline on the bottom. Just a little. That just makes it a little bit more defined under there. And do the other eye. You could also do the top if you wanted, but I'm just gonna I use a lot of mascara, so I'm just gonna leave that. So let me curl my lashes. Hi, Spook. The cat came and sat with us, guys. So I'm just gonna curl. And go in with my UnderSense. Do a nice coating of that on the top and the bottom lashes. So right now I don't think I can get you this double one that I'm using, but I think I can get you the UnderSense and the LashSense separately if it's something anyone wants to try. It's kind of similar to the Dior primer that you would buy. And now I'm going to go in with my LashSense and just put in 100 million coats, you know, normal for me. Even just one coat, it gives you a nice natural lash look. I just like really thick lashes, so I do a lot. I should honestly just get lash extensions, but it's very time consuming to keep up with, and I don't think I'd be able to do it. Like my free time is now at 8:30 at night, so LashSense, what's so great about LashSense is it's super buildable. So you can just keep adding on and on and on. And it's smudge proof and waterproof, like most of our other products. So it lasts all day and you don't have to worry about it flaking or smudging. If you're going to work out and you sweat, it's not going to smudge everywhere. I'm really digging this blue. What do you guys think of the blue? feel like I could rock this look all the time. Maybe change up the colors. I've done something similar before with a purple. I actually did it recently, but I had purple all around and I did really thick underneath. I'm just gonna use a spoolie. I got a little bit of mascara right here. This is a trick I learned from Samantha on YouTube. She's, I don't know her last name. It starts with an R. She's from Canada. She's really awesome. She does a lot of stuff with NYX Cosmetics and things like that. I was watching one of her videos one time and she got mascara all over the place. She just took a spoolie when it dried and it came right off. So it's a nice trick. I'm just going to do one more coat on the top lashes. Just to give it that little bit extra. I know I'm a crazy person. I use a lot. Okay. So there's that. So now the last thing we have is lips. She has really, really, really light lips on. So I have a few things that I'm going to do. I'm going to use the neutral LinerSense, which I know it looks super, super red in here. But once I put the Bravo that I'm going to put on, which I think is the lightest color I have, and on Candace's lip picks, it looks almost white, so that's why I wanted to try that one. And I'm going to use a little bit of Moca Java Shimmer and then matte gloss to get this all going. So this is LinerSense. This is neutral. I got this because I thought it would go with the most colors that I have. So just like LipSense, you shake it. There's about, I think, 6 liner colors. I can post that for you guys if you're interested. All right. My lips are dry. All right. So it comes out. It's just like a little thing. You just use this to line your lips. So I just do a thin coat right along my lips. This is just going to help your lips be a little bit more defined with your LipSense. And then depending on what color you choose for a lip liner and then LipSense, you could make a really cool ombre. There's all kinds of, you could probably do lip art with these. All right. Top lip. Alright, so let that dry. And I haven't even opened my Bravo yet, I just got it in. So I actually got it as a color to mix with other colors, but we're going to use it up by itself for this look. So I'm just going to shake that up. Hi Cheryl. Alright, so I've never used this Bravo. I've heard it's kind of thick, so I'm just going to do a thin layer first. I'm sorry. Why? Did I post the link? I thought I did. And I'm just covering up the lip liner. This is the blue that you bought, Cheryl. It's really, really pretty. All right, I'm gonna give this a little extra time to dry. It's a really pretty color, but it is thicker. So I'm gonna shake my hand over it, dry it. So I used ShadowSense on my lips for the first time last night. I posted a quick picture on the Facebook group of my makeup. I will post the details of that later on. So we're going to try that again today to give it a little bit more shimmer just in the middle of the lips to make them a little bit more defined and look a little bit plumper. This isn't as light as I imagined it would be. I thought it was going to be like white because the picture that I had on Facebook of this one was literally like a white color. All right, layer 2. It's still, I mean, it's pretty light from what I normally wear. Hi, Julie. All right, shaking it, shaking it. I don't think I brought any glossy gloss with me. I was going to use matte gloss with this look since my eyes are kind of crazy and I thought it would just make this a little bit more muted. Usually I would put a layer of glossy gloss on and kind of let that soak in for a minute before I put on the matte gloss. But since I'm not going anywhere, I guess we'll just use matte gloss. I kind of feel like with the blue and the really light lips right now, I feel like I'm on like Saved by the Bell, like a 90s sitcom look right now. 90s are coming back though. You would know that, Cheryl, with all the embroidered Harveys and the Jacksons, that is totally 90s. Nicole and I were talking about that last night, that it's like literally 90s is coming back. But I'm not complaining. I'm a 90s girl. Alright, I have Moca Java Shimmer. I'm just waiting for this to dry a little bit longer. And I'm going to take this brush, just a flat eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to clean it off a little bit. If you guys didn't know, this is what I use to clean my brushes in between. It's from Sephora. It's like a dry shampoo for your brushes. You just spray it on and then you wipe the brush off and you have a nice clean brush again and it's dry. Alright. Give this another minute. So I'm going to take my Moca Java Shimmer, and last night I made the mistake, this is the first time I did it, I used too much, so I'm literally just going to tap it on here and get a little bit. Alright, and I'm just going to brush it along the Cupid's bow part of my lips. And I can keep adding as I want it to shimmer, but I want to start lightly first. And then just in the middle of my lip here, just kind of pat it down. See how it just adds that shine right there? It's just like a perfect little amount of shimmer. You can really see it right there. It's really awesome. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I am going to take my Pearlizer, the tiniest little drop on my hand, just like that. And I'm going to take that same brush I was just using and tap that in right there, just to add a little bit more shimmer to the Cupid's bow above my lips, not on my LipSense. In this photo, she's super highlighted. So I'm gonna add this with this brush a little bit while this is all drying to the places where she's really highlighted. So up and down her nose. I love how I'm calling it a she. It's obviously just like a drawing. And I'm gonna add a little bit to the inner corners of my eyes right here. And then just on the Cupid's bow, a little bit more defined here. You bought Pearlizer, right, Cheryl? Hi, Lindsay. It's honestly like one of my favorite things that I've ever used. It's a little bit underneath. Okay, now I am super highlighted. I know you can see that on the screen. All right, so I'm gonna take matte gloss. I wish I had my glossy, but I don't know what I did with it. So we're gonna take matte gloss. I use quite a bit of matte gloss because it's not as moisturizing as the glossy gloss. But I thought since I'm so highlighted, I don't want to put on a super gloss. And I always make sure to cut extra in the corners. When I use matte, I always find the corners dry out the most. Alright, so that is Bravo with a little bit of Moca Java Shimmer in the middle, and I also used the lip liner just to kind of define it a little bit more around, and that is the entire look, guys. So using all new products, everything on my face is SeneGence. when I upload this to YouTube, I will list everything down, and also I'm going to take pictures so you can see it a little bit better. But other than that, thank you guys for watching and have a great night. Bye guys.